Hi, my name is Majid Eid and I am the consultation manager at Mefosa. Before starting my intervention, allow me first to thank Dr. Hugh Bleveld for inviting us to participate in this EFOS International Conference, which I wasn't able to participate for different reasons. In this intervention, I will assess the MENA-EU harmonization relation throughout a case study on Lebanon. Also, I will discuss the opportunities and challenges to later introduce the Kbbe as a pillar for any future capacity building cooperation initiative in Lebanon. This presentation contains an introduction on our work at Mefosa in enhancing Kbbe in MENA region. Later on, I will do a small evaluation on the Lebanese-EU Association Agreement to finish with an assessment of the importance of Kbbe implementation in any future cooperation agreement. We believe in Mefosa that trading in safe food and feed are a prerequisite for sustainable development, and that Arab societies should develop their own food safety prerequisites in full recognition with their socio-economic priorities and in harmony with international standards and norms, while respecting the culture, family values, and the quality of life throughout the MENA region. Mefosa supports GHI which aims to achieve the following: a consensus on the science of food regulation and legislation, and ensure the global availability of safe and wholesome food products for all consumers. How Mefosa is addressing specifics in Kbbe: first, throughout technologies, we procure and sell water testing and other agricultural kits. Throughout IT and traceability solutions, we are providers of Batchmaster, AgData, Agropreneur, which is a startup incubator for agribusiness companies, and we do a lot of Kbbe conferences. Third of all, we do throughout our services and projects, we make a quality management system for companies, gap training, and capacity building initiatives. Throughout research, we carried out many projects for UN affiliates such as WHO, UNIDO, ESQA, UNRWA, and with EU cooperation agencies such as SIDA, AFD, FIDA, and others. Hereafter, we will assess the Lebanese-EU Association Agreement. Lebanon signed the EU Neighborhood Policy in 2004, which entered into force in 2006. The objective of this agreement is to ensure liberalization and tariff dismantling, support the Lebanese economy, ensure technological transfers among industries, improve human and institutional capacity building, and provide the technical and financial cooperation projects. This graph shows the EU trade flows and balance with Lebanon. You can see clearly that EU exports are much more higher than imports from Lebanon. For instance, EU exported to Lebanon a value of 6.7 billion euros in 2016, while EU imports from Lebanon are valued for 400 million euros only. The increase in Lebanese exports could be considered insignificant, since it might be associated with the increase of number of members of EU member from 15 to 28 countries during the past decade. This slide shows the trade flow by standard international trade classification of main commodities. During the past 4 years, imports from Lebanon of food and live animals increased from 33 million euros in 2013 to 54 million euros in 2016, while exports from EU to Lebanon increased from 710 million euros to 842 million euros in 2016. From 2013 till 2016, incremented nearly 100 million euros. This table shows a compilation of rapid alert system for food and feed notification. For Lebanon in 2017, you can see that the majority of notifications are due to lack of compliance with EU standards and regulation, with one border rejection in Sweden. 13% of Lebanese trade of basic agricultural products are under special arrangement. For instance, 15 crops benefit a tariff rate quota, such as table grapes, olive oil, prepared preserved tomatoes. 9 crops benefit reduced duties such as oranges and lemons, and 3 crops benefit a most favored nation duties such as flowers, sugar, and wine. Unfortunately, you can see clearly that Lebanon isn't using this opportunity at all, given by EU countries, to export under TRQ to EU. In 2016, only 4% of table grapes quota is used, and 8% of olive oil quota is used. The rest of commodities are not beneficiaries of the quota, and we are not able to export any ton of other commodities under this arrangement. This slide shows the opportunities and challenges in accessing EU markets. The opportunities are huge. The challenges are basically important also. The opportunities include such as the EU is an open market, 500 million people living there, very few tariffs remaining, incentive for investment, transparency and predictability. There is also major EU assistance program such as CBC, cross-border cooperation, and neighborhood investment facility, both equally around 1.5 billion euros amounted. From the other hand, the challenges are basically the incapacity to comply with the EU standard, leveraging the production capacities to pair with the EU market taste and requirements, absence of financial incentives and address private sector concerns, weak follow-up consultation with private sector and weak information dissemination, bureaucracy, absence of monitoring and assessment on agreement, lack of job opportunities for both refugees and host communities, and last but least, knowledge-based bioeconomy empowerment. So, what is the new with the Kbbe to give us such opportunities that can help us in the developing countries such as Lebanon? The definition of Kbbe is to apply the advances in life science, biotechnology, nanotechnology, chemistry, IT, on industrial and economic sectors that produce or make use of biological resources. The European bioeconomy has an approximate market size of 1.5 trillion euros, employing more than 22 million people. What is knowledge-based bioeconomy offering? First of all, ensure improved health, ensure sustainability and cleaner environment, support to rural development, increase industrial competitiveness throughout innovative, eco-efficient bio-based products. Second pillar of Kbbe deals with the food, agriculture and biotechnology. It includes sustainable production and management of biological resources from land, forest and aquatic environments, fork to farm, food health and well-being, life sciences and biotechnology for sustainable non-food products and processes. Surfing the EU Bioeconomy 2030 under the 6th challenge of Global Sustainable Development Challenges, European scientists working on new technologies and better production systems must also be helped to work in cooperation with developing countries to adapt these advances for local crops, animals and growing conditions. Developing and EU countries also face most of the same challenges, for example maintaining a healthy food chain and increasing crop and animal genetic diversity. Some challenges, particularly food security and climate change, will have their greatest impact in less developed countries. The challenge is to allow free trade in agricultural surpluses for the benefit of developing countries. Thus, the need to keep empowering developing countries' economies. This graph shows the study conducted by Boston Consultancy Group with a panel of farmers, experts, and patents in crop farming by 2030. There are 4 major key areas to be considered. First, the changing demand for agriculture. Second, biotechnological trend. Third, changes in farming practices. And fourth, changes in farming structure. The core 4 major points is to provide high technological equipment, best seed, best fertilizers, ensure crop protection, and ensure crop protection. The conclusions are: the main obstacles of exportation to Europe is the lack of compliance with the latter's standards. High cost of production, transport, and sustainability of volume of production are hindering our exports. EU should support Lebanon to do structural reforms. EU also should facilitate the entry of Lebanese products into its market throughout devising linkages with EU companies and joint investments. We allow to do some recommendation. New agreement is needed. Joint working group formed throughout public-private partnership. Harmonizing regulatory trade and investment opportunities between EU and Lebanon. Increase financial support for farmers and SMEs to ensure their access to information and technology. Strengthen cooperation in science and technology suited to tackle Lebanese problems and needs. Upgrade domestic quality sanitary and labeling requirements to comply with EU ones. Ease communication and systematic updates on trade regulations. Finally, we would like to thank you again, and if you want to send us an email or call us, you have our email contacts and mail and phone number. Thank you. Bye.